How you doing? I'm Matt, one half of We Should Talk About This at Work, and I'm here to do a bonus review of the Netflix movie Heart of Stone. Before I get started, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notifications so you know when these bonus episodes drop, you get to it quickly. Now, Heart of Stone is a spy action thriller movie directed by Tom Harper, stars Gal Gadot as Rachel Stone, Jamie Dornan as Parker, and Alia Bhatt as Kia. Also, Glenn Close has a cameo on this too. The plot reads: an intelligence operative for a shadowy global peacekeeping agency races to stop a hacker from stealing his most valuable and dangerous weapon. Now, this movie starts off with a big action sequence on a ski resort, dealing with a little bit of gambling, a little bit of spy stuff, and it hits you real quick. All right, we off to the races. Then it just sets to different exotic locations. Like it goes to like Lisbon, Senegal, Iceland. But the only problem between all of this beautiful scenery and environments, there's nothing much there, and it feels like it's like a hodgepodge of other movies put together. Like for example, they have the tech guy in there doing his thing, and he's pulling stuff out the air, moving around. We've seen this in like Minority Report and Iron Man. We've seen this before. The opening sequence is like she's going down a ski mountain and fight bad guys, this and this and this. I'm pretty sure we've seen this in probably not one but multiple James Bond movies. And the aerial stunts and jumping off this, flying off this, it just seems like a great value version of Mission Impossible. And that's what it really boils down to. This movie just seems like it's they took, I don't want to say cliche, but they just all the stuff that they do in this movie we've seen from other movies, but the only problem is they did it worse in Heart of Stone. Like a lot of this stuff they took from Mission Impossible, the other movies. Mission Impossible is great. If you're going to steal from other movies, not even steal, excuse me. If you're going to borrow from other movies, do it as good or better than that movie. And this movie didn't do it. And let me switch to the characters. It feels like, you know, it's kind of like watching Fast and the Furious, but then you jump in on Fast 9. Like, when we watched this movie, like there might have been one or two movies before this one. Like the chemistry and all these characters, and they're laughing and joking and everything. But for us, we're like, who are these people? They do not flesh out these characters well. So when things happen later on in the movie, you want to feel sympathetic for these people, but they don't make you care for these people at all. We don't know nothing about these people. And also, Gal Gadot acting is not great either. Action sequence good, everything, but for this is particularly for me how I feel. Like even in her other movies, it's something about her to where like she doesn't do real like any kind of like facial expressions, whether it's happy, sad, angry. She's like her face is always the same. Even like her voice, like there's never an inflection. Like she can be upset, she could be angry, but her voice still sounds the same. And like to me, she's a beautiful woman. It's like to me, like her biggest movie was Wonder Woman, and my complaints are still there, but it's just like I don't know. There's something about her, like, and I seen Death on the Nile. That was good, but it's like something about her is like she's on not coasting. That's not the right word. It's just like there's something about her where she doesn't. Her facial expression, her voice is not putting in that extra effort that like an actress or whatever puts out. And I would say this: like at one point, there is like a big twist in the movie, but then when it happens, like most likely you call this ahead of time. Like when the characters start laying out, you're like, okay, this person is this person is that, this person is this. You could probably figure out, and that's another bad thing about the movie is where it's predictable, but not where the predictable where like, oh, in John Wick, this is predictable, but let's see how this ride goes to get us there. It's predictable where ain't there's no love for here. But I would like to say the only highlight for me is Alia Bhatt, and if I'm saying her first name wrong, I apologize. She was good in this movie, and I'm not too familiar with her work, but I'll be checking her out for the future. Um, and also, if you have any other stuff that she's been into, please let me know because, like, I ain't gonna say she's a saving grace because this movie was not well done, but she was one of the positives. She was one of the positives in this movie, in this bad movie. Overall, this was a paint by number spy film. Uh, you've the storyline in this you've seen in other movies that were better done than this one. I do not recommend this movie, but if you just want to throw in a spy thriller with action, no real depth, go ahead, throw it on there. If this want to be one of the movies you throw on just so you need some background noise, do your thing. I was gonna come up with some trivia for this, but the only thing I felt noteworthy was Ali Bhatt has appeared in Forbes India's Celebrity 100 list since 2014 and was featured by Forbes Asia in their 30 under 30 list of 2017. Now, normally when I do these reviews, I like to, get all my notes, everything beforehand. But like I felt so negative about this movie, so I wanted this to be a surprise for as I do this on air. So I'm about to pull up the Rotten Tomato score for this movie as of the day I'm recording this. Okay, the Rotten Tomatoes for this is as a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 54% audience score. And honestly, I think the audience is going over. So that's it. I just feel like this Netflix is always majority miss than hit with this. Extraction 2 was very good, but for every Extraction 2, you get like um, Bright with Will Smith. So you never know what you're going to get. This is a miss. But, on the plus side, if you're on Netflix, go out, check out Lincoln Lawyer. You won't be disappointed with that. Once again, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss anything when we drop these bonus reviews. Also, for our audio listeners, please rate and give us a review. Drop a comment. Let me know what do you think is the worst action movie that you've seen. Thank you.